Hi, it's KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and my guests today are Lynne Rothrock and company from the upcoming Christmas Cabaret. Lynne is here, and Julia Andrews and Greg Kanz. Thank you all for being here.
Thanks for having us.
You brought the militia.
I did.
You brought backup. Lynne brought backup.
I'm just not enough anymore. I need people to support me. I need like an entourage. That's what I need.
Lynne's entourage has joined her to talk about the Christmas Cabaret. How many years is this?
This will be the 17th.
Wow.
I know. I can't believe it myself. 17 years. Crazy.
And you'll be at the Whipple Auditorium at the library this year again.
Yep. We've kind of found that home there, and it's quite beautiful with Green Square Park decorated in the background, and it's just a nice vibe, I think, for the Christmas show. So,
well, a common question that I ask people as it's kind of been Christmas Central here at the old Culture Crawl.
I know
over the last few weeks, as a lot of shows going on. The good news is a lot of shows selling really well. So that's good. There's a demand for for all the different things that everybody is doing. Mm-hmm. But in year 17, talk to me just a little bit about programming and how you kind of keep it fresh going into it.
The story never changes, Dennis. It's the same every year. And I don't feel like I can change the story. So, you know what? I'll say this. Honestly, it's there. Here's what I try to do: have a big variety of styles. So we definitely do not do just traditional Christmas songs at all. I like to have comedy. I like to have really up-tempo, fun, peppy stuff that gets the crowd going. And honestly, more than anything, my challenge is programming it without Ron DeWitt. Mm-hmm. That's just my personal challenge, and also I mean, it's just very bittersweet for me this year, especially because it was always really fun to program the blues stuff for him to do, and so we still try to honor all the like a big variety of styles, something for everyone. It's secular-y, but also, it's not 100% secular. It's definitely not 100% sacred. There's one or two dirty songs about Santa, usually. It's been upsetting for Julia this year because she's a purer soul than I. But a couple times in rehearsal, she's gotten a little bit like, oh my gosh. And I'm like,
you can't say that about Santa.
It's just filthy.
No, it's not. It's not filthy. But it is, I have always done that kind of, I guess, because I guess that's what I do. But it is a challenge to do variety. I try to also get variety by having special guests. Mm-hmm. So this year I have a guest who was with us last year, a wonderful fingerstyle picking guitarist from the Twin Cities named Dan Schwartz, who plays harp guitar and lap steel and a bunch of other, the opposite style of player as Ron DeWitt, but a great friend of mine for many years. And he was so fabulous last year that, in fact, Greg invited him to come back before we even tore down our instruments last year.
I made my own contract.
He had a man crush on him, let's be honest. They went to lunch. They did.
So Greg started hiring the musicians before you even did.
I checked in later, I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, you did. You were like, is that okay? I said, yes, of course it is. So we're happy to have him. We also, this year I asked Emma Drtina, who's known primarily as an actress, probably from Theater Cedar Rapids.
And has been doing more directing than performing here lately. She directed Sweeney here at Kirkwood.
That's right.
Just a few weeks ago.
And she also is a very funny writer. And she has written some plays and things for the New Play Festivals at TCR, and I have had a chance to work with her more in the past year or so through some stuff I did at Giving Tree, and I thought it would be fun to have her help write sketches. I always do some sketches, and there's a fair amount of comedy. I would say the Christmas show is almost a variety show feel instead of just a straight-ahead concert, and so Emma is helping me write some stuff, and then she'll perform as well. So it's really fun, different kind of feel this year, but really fun. And of course, I'm very happy to always have these guys to my left. Look how cute Greg is. He's so cute.
So Greg's been hiring musicians behind Lynne's back.
Yeah.
And
he hired me this year, actually.
See,
we
there
worked
you
out
go.
better
I was on the
terms.
fence.
Right.
And aside from objecting to the way Santa is portrayed, Julia,
Just such a delicate soul, you see.
what's been your favorite part as the show has been coming together?
Well, it's something actually I learned really first working with Lynne and Ron 4 years ago. It's not enough just to play really good music with really good musicians. These are people I want to hang with. And so in a way it turns in almost like to a little family reunion where we just get to hang out in Lynne's basement and this magic happens and then we invite y'all. So it's really been a gift to work with them and to get to know them and to be a part of their musical family.
And that feeds into your concept of this as a variety show. And those of us of a certain age who grew up with the Christmas variety shows where, you really tuned in. You didn't really tune in to hear this song or that song. You tuned in because this was, Carol Burnett's cast was a little family. And
Right.
you wanted to
That's
see
right.
you wanted to see what they were going to do for this
that's
Christmas.
true.
And that's really what you have kind of continued that tradition.
Yeah, and that's actually great. Like, I feel the audiences have definitely gotten to know people in the band. Like, let's be honest, everyone knows Dave, and they know Dave is the biggest curmudgeon of them all. So
This is Dave Ollinger, who plays the bass. Yeah.
And sorry, I should have said that. And we definitely make the most of that. We have a lot of fun with Dave's.
Lumps of coal.
Yeah.
Yeah, or whatever they are. There's lots of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, it very much feels like kind of a group experience, and I think this is probably a hallmark of almost all the performing that I do, is that the audience feels part of it, and that I would say primarily. Maybe, I hope, as kind of a through line of anything I do, is almost always emotional connection with the audience. And so it definitely feels, I hope, like a family get together where everyone is laughing and playing along, and there aren't any in-jokes that we don't include everybody in. And then there's cookies and hot cocoa that I give away at intermission.
I was just going to say, and then to even make that vibe even more so,
Yes.
there's
Yes.
cookies and hot cocoa.
And possibly a little sing-along at the end, if people want to. And so I think it's quite really a very unique kind of show. Can't think of anything else around here that even is similar in some ways, other than the subject matter. It's pretty unique. Yeah, that's good. It's good, I think.
Well, it's a great.
As I'm thinking about it, I think it's quite good.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
I would encourage people to come.
If nothing else, we've sold Lynne.
I'll
on the idea
go.
of the
I'm
show.
going.
You're going to be there.
I wasn't sure, but now I'm going to go.
Well, this is a good time to mention I did hire somebody else to be in the show, Marita May. She's
Oh,
one
yes,
violinist.
thank you.
So I don't know if Lynne knew that yet, but she's
Listen,
fabulous.
I love her, and so I'm glad you hired her. Thank you for doing
welcome.
that. And who else have we forgotten that I?
Is there anybody else we haven't mentioned?
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Calvin may take some photos of the show.
Oh,
but
great.
Yeah, something like
Awesome.
that.
Yeah.
Greg's son.
And we'll do something. I'm not even sure what yet, but we will do something to definitely honor Ron DeWitt. I don't know what yet, but it will be something. 'Cause
Well,
there's
he'll certainly be there in spirit. 'Cause
Always.
This
I
was
hope.
of all the things you did. This was always one of your most fun collaborations when you were working together,
That's
because
right.
it really was. It took you both out of your comfort zones
100%.
just a little bit,
Yeah.
because as a blues musician,
Right.
Christmas shows not really what he was focused on.
Correct.
And of course, then that meant that you needed to draw him in and include him
Yeah.
in ways that you didn't do with other musicians previously.
Right.
And it was and that was always successful and always
And
a lot
he
of fun.
loved the dirty songs about Santa. Those were his favorite.
Kind of always comes back to the dirty songs about Santa for some reason.
I know.
Well, it's Lynne Rothrock's Christmas Cabaret, and 3 shows.
3 shows.
Yes.
December 12th, 13th, and 14th. So that's the Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And we, like I said, at the Whipple Auditorium, you can get tickets by visiting my website, LynneRothrock.com, and you can hit the calendar button and do it that way, or you can just go LynneRothrock.com/calendar. That'll take you directly to the ticketing site. One of the things that frustrates me the most is when I go to buy an online ticket and there's a whole bunch of fees at the end. It just makes me feel like I don't know. And so I searched far and wide for literally the cheapest online ticketing mechanism, and it's working great, and it's 50 cents a ticket.
Wow.
That's it.
That is.
So your total will be 50 cents more than what you think you're paying for the ticket.
yeah, not 50 cents.
No. But anyway, I'm actually quite proud of that, and I'm thrilled with how well it's working. So I definitely understand that there's, first of all, a lot of options. There's so much going on.
It's a compressed season this year.
Yeah, it is.
And that means that everybody wants to get their normal shows in
right.
and there's one fewer weeks.
Correct.
That's kind of what
sure.
it amounts to. So.
And also, I know that, money is an issue. So I keep the cost as low as I can, and it hasn't gone up for ticket sales for a long time. And so I just also am really happy to have found a mechanism that doesn't charge extra really for the tickets hardly. So anyway, I definitely have people who come every year, and I'm so incredibly grateful for them. And it is like a family reunion, sort of, when you see some of the same faces who come every year. I would love nothing more to invite some more people to attend our family reunion that maybe have never been before, because I think it would be surprising.
Join the family.
Yes, I think they'd be surprised.
So. Always a great holiday tradition of the Christmas shows that go on up and down the corridor. Thanks for coming in, and hope that it goes. Hope you have 3 packed houses.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
Glad to have you all here. Thank you.
Thank you.
You can hear the Culture Crawl live on the radio most Thursdays and Fridays, and sometimes the occasional Monday and Tuesday even during high times at 10:20 a.m. Or download the podcast, watch or listen on your own schedule at kcck.org/culture or using your favorite podcast app. I'm Dennis Green, and I'll talk to you later.